Racism is more effectively analyzed then as a strategy for the maintenance of privilege rather than as prejudice. I've talked before to people about how in the future we're going to have what I call faceless racism. Covell, in his study of white racism, talks about meta-racism. When the racial attitudes of whites will not be readily apparent. They won't call you dirty names. They'll be nice to you. You can live next to them, sleep next, but you're going to still have the problem of trying to figure out why are we still where? On the bottom. Why, after all of this desegregation and, fair housing laws and all of these other things, integration of schools and the whole bit, are our people still down and out and suffering and on the point of annihilation? If we view racism as a culturally sanctioned rational response, now I want you to understand, a rational response, because a lot of people want to define racism as what? Some irrational, hate-filled orientation. You don't have to define it that way. Rational response to struggles over scarce resources. What are we saying here? There ain't enough for everybody. And I'm going to what? Get mine. And getting mine involves putting my foot on your neck. And I am thinking in perfectly what? Logical, rational terms. Period. And I am not crazy. I am not irrational. I am saying I want to feed my children first. I want to clothe my family. I want to stay out of the cold. I want other people doing all the hard work and the whole bit. And hey, both of us can't live this way. And I know who I want to live this way. Straightforward. Straightforward. But we refuse to deal with it that way. We refuse to deal with it in our own communities this way. Here we are unemployed as a people. And we are feeding other ethnic groups. It's not about racism. It's about the fact that our black men and women are unemployed. It's about the fact that the industries have left America and been shipped out of the country, so that the jobs black men used to have and women used to have are no longer there. They're just not there. The Ford Motor Company plants have left Detroit, and Detroit is suffering and falling in on itself. The Midwest is falling in on itself. What can we do? You see, again, we don't look at it that way. I'm saying to us as people often we should think about just not buying any more Ford products. I'm not buying any more GM products. And say, until you put that plant back into Detroit or you do something here, we're not going to support your racism. We're not going to support what you're running on. But let's look at it more closely. Despite the fact now that these men and women have been bumped from these jobs, we still let other groups sit in our community and take out money by the tons. And our wealth is just sucked right out of the community, and it keeps the other people's children out of trouble, keeps them out of crime. We literally subsidize the other children and people, children of other people out of crime. We literally pay for the criminality of our own children. And we do it behind some crazy moral code. I don't see color. I treat everybody alike. That's the Christian thing to do. If you don't see color, then you can't see your own black children suffering.